Like I said, she had a flawless execution. Like everything that she had was significant. I told them on the panel that it was like perfect senior and perfect junior. Like
Mm.
it couldn't have get, you know, we got one A and one B here. The thing that separated it for me when I had to pick was Jazz had one more main event. She had a battle of the night. First of all, almost every time that baby stepped on stage, battle of the night, performance of the night, body of the year, battle of the year, every time she stepped outside.
Mm.
And Hustle had an incredible year, but when you got the body of the night, battle of the night, like on top of the fact that you got the people that you got on your resume,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? And then to me, if I had to compare the two lowest battles, the Shice Raw battle was a 3-round
Right.
battle.
In Philly Battle Rap Academy. Yep.
But it was a full
Right.
3-round battle.
Right.
And then you had the light work with JC.
JC Hustle.
No,
Right.
no, not JC.
She happened.
Who is more, they both amateurs. Both opponents was amateurs, but I don't hold a light work in as heavy as I hold a 3-round battle.
Can you say right there with that? I saw a lot of people saying that though. Can you elaborate more on the light work? Why you feel that way?
Because I've seen 1-round battles longer than a light work. But I will say, so I told you I grade the rounds. Well, excuse me, not grade. I give points for rounds. So for a 3-round standard battle, you get 5 points. A 2-on-2 3-round battle, 4 points. And for the light work, you get 3 points. And for just a 1-round battle or a 2-on-2 1-round battle, it's just 1 point. So she did get points.
Right. That's what you're saying.
She got the same amount of points that Casey got.
Okay.
Casey J got for her light work. So I try to give a little, because you know you got to try to give them points for different things.
Mm-hmm.
Rounds matter, you know, and I kept it in the 1 to 5 range because that's how the rest of my list was.
I like Freddie said,
but I
in
thought
the bottom, I think we forget the light work rounds are like 92nd round.
Now I will give them credit that you got to have an opening and a closing in 90 seconds.
And you got to get straight to it.
You got to get straight to it. So I'll give them credit for that. I will give them credit for that. But I just think that it's not as difficult, you know. I can't compare her light work to a regular 3 rounds. When that 3 rounds, Jazz first was probably longer than all the material she had for her light work.
Okay. And number 1, Magenta, man, talk to me.
She the shit. Big Bag won all the awards. She literally, you was excited to see her outside every time. She won every battle that counted. And then the one that she lost still ended up as a Battle of the Year contender and Battle of the Year won.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, what else can you say about her? Like, she's not been disappointing to watch at all. She's been excellent. Like, you can't say nothing bad about the gal. Like, she's fun on that stage. She got the bars. She's willing to learn now. I see she got she got to get in the lab and make sure a few things tight. But her and Hustle is off to an amazing start this year. Like, both of them, Hustle just did the Netflix thing. I think that's super
dope.
fucking amazing.
That's dope.
Jazz showed us she can write on 5 days prep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Against Loso. Like, she's still outside. I've seen a little bit of that RX battle, but it looked like they did really well from the little I was able to see. So Jazz and Hustle, they outside.
Let me ask you a question, Lola, respectfully, when I say this to you. What are we saying about a battle of the year for females being a double impact, though? Over one-on-ones, though?
It was really crazy.
I'm with you. Look, I'm with you. I promise you.
It was really crazy. And I think, too, it's really impactful because of it being the first of its kind, headlining on a URL card.
Right.
And not being a stinker and living up to what it should have lived up to. You know, at the headline, you want the room to be rocking and, you know what I'm saying, them to really be putting on the show. Nobody choked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely hella moments. Uncle Smack was jumping around. You know what I'm saying? He enjoyed himself. The stage had fun. The ladies had fun. They looked nice. It was perfect. I get it though. But there was, if I'm not mistaken, a few years ago, they had Fonz and Av and Lou Castro and Kayshawn as a battle of the year, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it depends on how fire it is. Like if it's fire, we gotta give it that credit. We can't be. We be here for them all-star games. And when you go crazy in the all-star game, we got to give you that credit. That deserved it. That definitely deserved it. I can't think of any other great back and forth for the ladies right now off the top of my head that's one-on-one that I would have been like, damn, you
Right.
should have. That should be it. So, I mean, can you think of one? What would you
Nah, off the top. I can't think of one right off the top, though. Off the top.
See, that's what I'm saying. I can't think of nothing off the top that really rivaled that one. That one was crazy.
Let me ask you a question. Y'all going to Spaces yesterday. Do you think I should have took a day off and not go straight to Spaces yesterday? Right after the
the Spaces yesterday.
I salute y'all, though.
We ain't ducking no smoke. We not ducking no smoke. No, but to be honest, the Spaces yesterday was really nice. Like they came up there like Official did, and she was able to say her piece, how she felt. She didn't go crazy and cuss nobody out. You can clearly tell she was agitated, and I'm not gonna say not rightfully so. Like maybe she should have been a little higher on the list.
Right.
But like I said, it was a bunch of girls. It was hard to place, and on my list, I tried to rationalize it the way I explained here. But they came on there. Shuni was upset, but she's a sweetheart, so she kind of like, made joke out of it, but you could tell she was hurt about it too, and I can understand. I feel like last night the conversation didn't. The Farrah came up there, she made her jokes, you know what I'm saying?
Don Lady, I heard a bunch of them here.
Like I don't feel like they came up there malicious. They came up there and they stated how they felt, and they should be able to do that. We talking about their year, you know what I'm saying? We talking about what we think is bad. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to come up there and tell us what we think, what you think is bad about what we did. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
So what happened today, though? Is it emotions, feelings, women, spiciness? Y'all,
if you look at today,
right?
Before the argument happened, it was a great conversation going on in there. More questions being answered. Very mild-mannered conversation, very much taking accountability for the things that the fans felt like we did wrong. Ty was up there. Shout out to my dog.
Shout out, yes, sir.
And I feel like Hustle came in there. What I say is she has to learn how to talk to people better. You know what I mean? I feel like she found anything to like be upset about and then bring that and make it a big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's like, okay, so have you ever seen somebody like, it's a whole video and they take this part of the video and then they make that what they want it to be? Okay, so that's what she did with the y'all said, and this is the thing too, because what she's referring to was something that I said on the panel that she didn't like, even though she wasn't addressing me directly. She was in the comments on the panel. But either way, me and her could have had a regular conversation, because like I said, my feelings not hurt that y'all didn't like things. But she basically was saying that we didn't give her credit for her light work, right?
Yeah, the light work thing, yeah.
And that's not the case. So when we were talking about Casey, her light work came up in comparison to whoever we were comparing her to. And so when we were weighing their resumes, Casey's light work was more heavier than something that person had on their resume. So now when we get up to Jazz and Hustle, I told them one of my differentiating things was that the light work compared from her resume to Jazz's resume didn't hold as much. But you see how you just taking this,
right? Yeah, that portion of it,
making it like we're saying that Casey's was much more impactful and yours wasn't. No, I'm comparing your resume to Jazz's resume, and in comparison to y'all two, this is the only thing that I think doesn't hold as much weight. Got you. So you know what I'm saying? She was trying to cut me off, and Hustle tend to be a bully. You know what I mean?
She does. She
And
does. She does.
I'm not no tough ass bitch. I'm not no confrontational ass bitch, but I'm a grown ass woman. And either we can have a conversation or we can talk the same. And if you're going to talk to me that way, then I'm going to talk to you that way. I still got wild respect for her. I have nothing against her. But if you want, that's the energy you wanted, because that's the energy you came into the space with, then that's probably what you're going to get. I'm not none of them other space people that let you get that off. You know what I'm saying? I don't enjoy being in the spaces and talking to a lot of people. I be to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like she just really wanted something to be upset about, and she picked that, and it was like, I didn't use anything against you, baby. I said you had a phenomenal year, because you did.
And I hope she didn't feel slighted at number 2.
That's what it was. She was trying to make it. Okay, so at the very end, y'all also know, like, we didn't have a debate between Hustle and Jazz. Ty started with, who do you got number 2? And then we went around the room. Everybody had them placed where they were, at number 2 and at number 1. There's nothing here to debate. If at home we did the work and this is the list we came up with, and these 2 names on the list are the same for all of us, then that means we all thought the same. So it's nothing to really debate. And in the last 2 minutes that each of us had to speak, we gave her flowers. We said nice. We didn't say a bad thing.
Nice about Hustle. Come on, let's keep it real. I'm gonna say this, Hustle. You said that the fans will never vote for you. Fans vote. Keep that same energy this year, sister, because you're in the league right now in 2023, and the fans are voting for you, Hustle. So I don't put too much credence. The fans don't rock us. I don't put too much into that. Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like she just a sensitive gangster. You know what I'm saying? She's just a sensitive gangster.
But we love Hustle. Like, we love Hustle.
That's what I'm saying. And nothing changes, because she took my little comment that I made, because I did make some comments on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And she like,
you regret that?
Someone. No, I don't regret it, because I feel like she was being a crybaby.
Right.
You won place 2. The culture felt like you won place 2. We didn't get it wrong. So you really, I feel like maybe you upset that you didn't win, and now you finding something to kind of, latch on to, so that you can say you mad about this, when in reality you really mad that you lost. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it come off to me that you a sore loser, to be honest. When just congratulate this girl and move on. In your year, you right now probably run in the top running for Wody.
And she ain't bad at Cody.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you got a whole year ahead of you for you to, and she made this comment that just because me and Hustle had a back and forth, I'm not gonna not do my job next year. I don't have anything against her. You know what I'm saying? Just like 40 last year, man, 40 was tearing my ass up in the comments, and I'm like, because I had her lower on the list and she thought I should have her. I had C3 lower on the list and she thought I should have her. And so this year, when I'm in there punching before then she mentioned me, and she put some hearts next to that, and said thank you. And I was like, I just want y'all to know it's never biasness. And just because you didn't like what I said last year don't mean that this year I wasn't gonna give you your credit.
Right.
And just like I told Hustle today, when she trying to say I shouldn't be on the panel, I am gonna be on the panel.
As you should be.
And I'm
as you should.
Still gonna give you the credit that you deserve next year, the same way I did this year. Because whether you mad or not, you had a great year, and I'm not no hating ass bitch.
Let me piggyback what you said also. So the year Serious Jones and Remedy battle, remember that in the tournament? I was to be a judge, right? But me and Jones had the best relationship. So you all called me, was like, yo, Serious Jones feel away about you being a judge. Y'all had some bad words. I said, fine. Low. I still had Jones beating Nitty after that. Because
in reality, that's why I said I'm not trying to be friends with battle rappers and things like that, so that if I feel a certain type of way about a battle or a performance, I can't say it because I feel like it's going to jeopardize our relationship. I'm not here to be y'all friends. I love y'all.
Facts.
I do love y'all. But I'm here to enjoy just watching y'all do what y'all do and discussing it with my friends and my podcast. And I do enjoy doing the panel, and I feel honored to do the panel. So I don't want any of them to ever think that there is a bias, especially with me. I literally, when I talked in there, I only brung up shit that was fact, that literally this person got 4 main events. This person got 4 wins. Like, I'm not going off my emotions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot, I really try not to, because I understand how it come off. I understand how it looked to people, and it looked like nasty words.
You've been in for a while, Lo. You know the vibes already. You've been in a while. Come on, Lo.
Come
We're gonna play
on,
you
man.
like that, Lo. We're not doing that.
But shout out to hustle, man. It's nothing. I don't have no problem. But shit. I'm from Detroit. We don't let nobody talk to us no kind of way, just like you from New York. You ain't gonna let nobody talk to you no kind of way. It's no disrespect, though. I highly respect her, and I highly respected the year that she had last year. And you know what I'm saying? We'll move past it. You know what I'm saying?
One last question, Lo. What can you guys do better on your end?
The first thing that we can do better is, which I think is probably the most important.
Okay.
Is to make sure that we keep everything fluid, as far as making sure that we stay in that it's not too many side conversations, so that we kind of stay on topic. You know what I'm saying? So that we can fully break down, like for instance, for Shuni, there should have been more, okay, let's do the whole criteria for Shuni versus this rapper. And then we go through the whole thing and see if Shuni higher. And then if we figured out that she is, then we go to the next one. We should have did that for Shuni all the way up. So I think whenever we get to the debate part, where one person has someone somewhere and another person has them somewhere else, we have to consistently, for the whole panel, break down those two battlers with the criteria. And I think that that will help. And then we can debate a little bit more after that if we wanted. But I think that the fans and the battlers really wanted to see us use more of that criteria throughout, not just for certain situations or in certain situations.
That's what you're saying.
Because they feel like y'all should have kind of stuck to that more. It felt like it was this and that. A lot of the points that we were arguing are based on those categories, but they want to hear us say, like, okay, in the category for consistency, who do you have? And then if you got an argument about the consistency, then you bring your facts in and then we decide. But they didn't want to hear me saying this person stumbled this a many amount of times and that person stumbled this. They want to hear the category first and then the description, and let's get to the debate about that. So I totally agree with that.
Big Lo, love you like Kung Fu sister.
I appreciate you for having me and letting me get my bars off.
Peace and love, Lo.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
You already, my sister. It's good, y'all. Sinatra, you gotta wait, brother. You gotta wait, doggy. Vic, what's good, King?